Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to O.C.C. Scrim's Platinum Division. My name is the Litzy, joined today by Jag. Tonight, it's Aether versus Monarch. Jag, what do you think about this matchup?
I'm excited. Aether's a new team this season. A lot of new key players. And Monarch got some of the old team from last season. And also a couple, new players with some fills tonight. I think we're going to see a good matchup.
Yeah, lots and lots of people to watch. I remember from Monarch last season, always keep an eye on Danks. Usually did a good job on the support, usually on Ana. Really great heals, really great support overall. Really excited to see how that's going on. Also, I remember Ruby Glyph over on Aether being pretty interesting to watch as well. So, and Pika as well. So definitely lots of people to watch.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested to see what Ruby plays tonight. He is a very strong Ana, but he also plays a lot of Zarya. So depending on what they're running tonight, I'm wondering what role he's going to take place. And then, like you mentioned before, you got Dinks that's a very good support as well. And we're also going to see KBC again tonight. KBC filled on Monday for 404. So now he's filled for Monarch as well tonight.
I was thinking that's the same KBC, right, that we saw over last time. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. We saw a really great performance from KBC on 404 last time I was on the stream, and excited to see what they're going to be doing today.
I mean, I think tonight we do map pack A. I think we're doing Nepal for the first map. It's one of my favorite maps for Control Point. Right now, it's a good goats map, but of course that's dying out. So I'm hoping we get to see some goats tonight before it dies out. But other than that, we might be looking at some good 2-2-2 cops. So we'll see what happens with them.
Gosh, yeah, you want goats, you don't want goats. We have to make up our minds. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are. A lot of these teams are sort of sticking to an honorary 2-2-2 from what I've seen this season. Maybe
Definitely.
that's just what they have recruited for, and we don't enforce it. We'll let them do whatever. I don't know if we are going to enforce it once 2-2-2 does hit live servers.
Yeah,
We'll just have to see how that plays out.
I mean, when that time comes. Right now, we're free to do what we want. Yeah, exactly. But right now, we're going right to Nepal, like Sanctum. That's a very awesome map. So many different play styles you can do here. You can go traditional Orisa Hog, or you can actually do Hamster. Anything that's boopable. You got the Farah, Lucio. So I want to see what kind of comps these guys play tonight and what they've been practicing during the off season.
That's right. This map in particular has such a huge environmental hazard right beside the point. Being able to play around that effectively is incredibly important. And when you're defending the point, you're inherently on the low ground. There really isn't much of a high ground in any position except for over by the pillars near the Mega Health Pack over across the pit from the point. But that really isn't much of high ground to speak of in the usual term we use it in this game.
Right. A lot of times, especially for me as a main tank player, if we do take that point, most likely you should deny the space and take that high ground and not allow them to gain any control of what you're doing.
You kind of have to decide whether you're going to fall back on the point or push forward, and sometimes it's a hard decision to make. Also, some pretty interesting compositions we're going to be seeing here, although both teams are running a Roadhog. Bravery is going to be on the Orisa, whereas Space Mute is going to be playing that Reinhardt.
It is. It's going to be very interesting with the Reinhardt, how he plays against that Orisa. I think Orisa has the higher advantage. It's going to give a harder time for Space Mute to get to Bravery on this.
So now set up in that back corner, trying to do something. Oh, Space Mew almost getting knocked off, but not quite yet. You see that Lucio over there, C-Cycon trying to get a kill. That is going to be the first kill. KBC going to be taking out Space Mew with no main tank. Ruby Glyph is going to be taking a risky play to try and get that Reinhardt back. Is going to be able to provide some perfection to the team, but being bonked around by Cycon so much ends up getting killed, and the rest of the team, they have to fall back.
No, right here. This is what they're doing. They're taking the space that I was talking about, denying space against Aether. And that's the right move to do. Just hold this choke right here. And Aether's going to have a hard time trying to push through it. So we'll see what happens. Especially running a Ryan and a Hog. The synergy's not there. Hopefully they make some swaps to go against this comp. Actually, they're backing up. I don't know why. They should just kept that space.
So now Aether trying to figure out what it is they're going to be doing here. They do have that Earth Shatter available to them. Maybe doing that here, but set way back up in this quarter. Seems like they're just mostly playing around this Torbjorn turret, trying to make sure that stays alive, keeping close to that Baptiste. And there the goes Space Mew over the edge. Shazam is going to die as well. Shazam can be revived. Space Mew cannot. Ruby was able to get in there, but gets taken out shortly afterwards. The rest of Monarch are looking a little bit difficult, but it seems like they are picking up kills here. As Shazam gets nano boosted, picks up a kill along with Pika, and going to be just trying to clear out Psycon here. They are going to be taking the point with Obi-Wan getting a double kill right at the end there.
That was huge. I'm surprised they actually took it. The Pharaoh was a little risky for where it was. But just, you know, with Monarch getting that Ryan pick so early, they should have pretty much pushed in on that.
And now here is that push. We're going to be seeing Aether coming up through there. There is the Dragon. Not going to be catching anybody. Seems to pretty much go straight into the wall. And there is the High Noon. A lot of people on the side of Aether are dropped really, really low as Monarch starts pushing in here. There goes Shazam over the edge. Psycon playing that Reddit Lucio that we love to see, getting all the way over on that edge. That's a very valuable spot to be able to boot people over. Obi-Wan having to 1v1 a little bit there against the Lucio. Ruby trying to stay alive a little bit longer, trying to get on top of that Torbjorn turret. Isn't going to do it, but is able to take it out with Space Mew.
It was a big play for KBC to come in with the multicore or Tizalt, just thrown in there and just doing so much damage against Aether. There really couldn't be nothing done about it, and they just fell one by one. For Ruby, he should have backed up on there and not stall as much as he can. And now he's just staggering his team at this moment.
They are now all grouped together. They are going to be trying to figure out how to crack this defense. You see, Dank set up with that Baptiste on that high ground. A very difficult spot to get to. There is the Dragon. Danks getting caught out, able to get out alive just barely. In fact, nobody is going to die, although the Torbjorn turret is down. Now Bravery trying to protect the Bongo from enemies. And there is the Rocket Barrage going to be taking out two people before Pika does fall to Brimos. It's Shazam on the point. Gets whole hogged over the edge. Overtime is ticking down, and there it is. Monarch going to be taking the first point.
I like to think KBC's Torb Hammer won them that battle right there.
It is the best hammer.
it just changes the whole outcome of the event. But it was a strong battle between two. I'm just wondering about the whole Ryan play. Now they're doing Ryan Zarya, it makes more sense. But they're running with the Ryan against Orisa. The Ryan's gonna have a hard time to get in there against the bunker.
Ryan has an interesting matchup against Orisa because on the one hand, if your team can push up past that Orisa shield, then it's essentially useless, but you have to close that distance.
Yeah, it just, hopefully they work better with the Ryan Zarya, which I think they will. With Mosaic switching to Reaper, it's going to be huge as well. And they got the Mei as well to stop that Genji, but they don't really have a defensive ult against the Nano Blade. So with Aether with the Nano Blade, they could win this easily.
This is going to be a matter of who can charge up those ultimates. Now sitting on the point, Monarch trying to set up in that corner, trying to pick up a pick, is going to find it. Brimos taking out Pika. Now that's quite a bit of DPS missing as Space Mew still wants to stay in the front, still wants to try and get this point. Point does flip, gets poked in. Space Mew going to have to get out of there. That barrier too low. Won't be able to put that up for a while. As the rest of Aether, they're falling back. They want to make sure that Pika can get back, which they now are, and is going to start moving towards the point. We're going to see Mosaic sitting on that corner, trying to just lure people in close enough to be able to hit them with those close range shotguns. Space Mew wanting to find an opening. Going to have a hard time finding it, though, as a sleep did land. There is the Baptiste ult. that amplification mage is putting out a lot of extra damage around this corner. But it's going to be Pika that finds the kill on Supremos. Revived right back up, though. There's the wall. Didn't quite catch Space View. There it is, the Nanoblade, what we were wanting, and it is going to be wreaking havoc along with the rest of Aether. They are going to be taking the point.
Yeah, if they don't make swaps now and get a defensive ult, it's going to happen each battle. Pika is just sitting there, just getting his ult charge, and not even going in until Ruby's telling him, "Hey, I got Nano. Let's do this." They're running with a Mercy and a Baptiste right now. They need to change that to Elisa's Zen.
Having something there to protect against that Nanoblade could be incredibly important here as they push forward to the point again. So far, they're going to be keeping with their set, though. They want to keep these ultimates here. They do have 3, and that could help turn the tide for them a little bit as they start pushing forward, getting halted back. There is a great Graviton. It's going to be catching all the members. There is the Dragon, but it does not matter. The Immortality Field is there, although on the backside, it does catch 2. Will that be enough? There is the Transcendence to keep everybody on the side of Mosaic alive. This is on Monarch alive. This is going to be keeping a lot of people alive, but no, Mosaic coming in with the Death Blossom, going to be picking up a triple.
It was a good move on Thanks to make sure to drop the field to stop the Dragons, even though it's 2 players that get picked. But what I'm more interested about is how easy it was for Monarch to take that point just by using a Mei wall, and Aether just let them capture it to just get more percentage right now.
Either they're going to have to do something here as they start moving forward once again on this quarter. They don't have any ultimates, though, and they are going to be going up against 2. Pika charging up, though, is sitting at 93% on that ultimate. Might be able to pick up a kill. Obi-Wan going around to the flank, picks up a kill onto Psycon. No more revives, but with Space Mew down as well. No main take for the side of either. A halt brings the people into danger, but they do stay alive. There's that Genji. There's Pika wanting to do something. Getting frozen, though, is going to get frozen, is going to get killed as overtime ticks down. Will they be able to get to the point? No, the Mei wall is in the way, and Monarch wins Nepal.
That Mei wall, it's huge for them right now because they're using it at the right times to deny them from pushing in. It's just amazing the coordination there that Monarch has right now. And Aether needs to really look at the comps that they're running and see what they can do to stop that synergy.
Absolutely. I mean, the Mei wall can be one of the most effective abilities in the entire game if used correctly. And what we were seeing there was textbook Mei wall use from KBC. So definitely expect more coming from them in the future.
You're right, and KBC is actually a member of Frost. So, I mean, if he throws when I'm playing with him, I'm going to be so upset. Because he's played for a 4-4, now Monarch. He better be ready. We play next Saturday.
All right, KBC, watch out. Or you...
I'm his captain. I mean,
the wrath of Jag will be called down upon you.
But it's just both teams are making such good plays, to be honest. It's just the simple hero swaps will make the battles even more intense. So on the side of Monarch, if they had that Zen ult, even though they won it, if they had the Zen ult, they would have just stopped that push from Aether, and Aether would have had nothing, couldn't do nothing about it. The whole Genji blade probably would have just not be played the game, and Monarch would have stayed on the point and won it a lot quicker. On the side of Aether, they just gotta work on their tank synergy. I mean, they're going against a bunker comp. It's gonna be kind of hard for Ryan to do any kind of damage when you just have Orisa spamming on your shield from a distance and can hook you. I mean, will hold you behind and keep pushing you back. You can't really engage on that. So they better Aether needs to either keep the same comps, or match the comps, or maybe go dive, because dive is a good counter against that.
Having that mobility to get past that Mei wall is incredibly important, but they're able to make it work even without a incredibly good defensive ultimate. One of the things that did that was the Blizzard being able to throw that down. Pika tried to go in, nearly had the blade, as I recall, actually probably did have the blade, but ended up just getting frozen and getting killed. And that was it, because Pika wasn't really able to get in there. Maybe was also waiting for the nano boost, wasn't able to save the point.
I mean, I guess. I mean, that's the thing. Like that was their win condition. Was the nano blade? They probably were waiting for to spam it. But when you're going against a bunker that has a shield up, ever so often, it's hard to get any energy without going in. And without the Ryan Zarya pushing in, the Genji can't do much either. He's just going to get frozen against that bunker. So, and he didn't really have under anything high damage besides the Reaper that could have flanked, but nothing to break that shield. So it was just been a hard time for Genji.
And now we are in Volskaya 2 CP map of the day. So you try to figure out what is going to be happening here. We're going to get a peek at what these compositions may be, and what do we usually see here from this league?
Ryan Zarya actually is a great for attack because you got the choke, you got the wall there for Ryan to use protection, so he's not using his shield a lot. For defense, it would be the bunker, or you can do Ryan Zarya as well. I don't see dive being so strong here, but people do use dive. Really coordinated teams, but mostly a Ryan Zarya and a lot of Junkrat. You see Hanzo, anything that has a lot of shield damage that can just wreck anything. But the real question is, and I talk about this every time I see this map, is I hope there's no overtime. Like, I don't want to see a map